I went keto a while back to fix a bunch of health issues that I have that I've had for 20 years or so. Been trying to fix them for about 10 years, fasting, different diets, everything. So things like histamine intolerance, really bad eczema on my face, issues with sleep, anxiety, food-related cause depression, uh, IBS, heaps of stuff that I can't even think to name right now. And it's been such a long journey. And I went keto. There was some positives when I was keto, or when I was really low carb. I did notice that my reactions were less. Skin was slightly better, but it still wasn't enough. Problem with keto was that I just was getting cravings no matter what, cravings for carbs and junk. So, I mean, I've tried all different types of methods. I tried about 150 grams of carbs. I tried 100. I tried 50 grams of carbs, 20 grams of carbs, and under 20, which makes it keto, 20 or under. And the whole time through the whole thing, always getting cravings for carbs, no matter what. Maybe I'm sensitive to it. I don't know. But I was doing some reading last night, and I have found that this is quite common with people. I tried different methods, like I tried the using the fat bombs with the artificial sweeteners. Again, more cravings, just wanted to keep eating those things forever, and eventually I caved in and just ate, normal carbs and sugar. And it was a nightmare, and I guess looking back over my whole life, it's just been this roller coaster of carb addiction. And I feel like 99.9% of people are the same. But then for the last 6 days, I've been really strict carnivore. So no, just 100% animal products. All I've really eaten, probably the first 5 days, I ate just beef, whole cuts of beef, just with salt on them. And then the last day I ate lamb with chicken, which didn't make me feel that great, so I'm not going to do that again. And what I found, after about 2 or 3 days, I just didn't crave anything anymore. There's just no physical reaction to the thought of food. When I went to the shopping center before, the supermarket, I went through the bread section, just testing it out, smelled the bread, went right through, the fruit section and all that stuff, and there's no physical reaction to seeing food. There's no urge. There's no sort of addictive pull towards eating it. Nothing. No mouth salivation. Body just doesn't physically crave that type of food, or any type of food, really. All that happens when I get hungry is that I feel this empty quality inside the stomach and the throat, and I sense that it's time to eat, so I eat meat. That's basically it. And if I don't eat, because I'm just eating OMAD, if I get safe, that empty feeling at around lunch, it doesn't matter. I just wait until that night and eat then. There's no effect on my mood. There's no effect on my energy. Just sort of a pleasant sensation of emptiness. This alone makes me think that humans are just not equipped to eat carbs in the quantities that we do, or maybe even any quantity. Most, reading a few books, most traditional societies just didn't really eat them. They just had animals, fish, ruminants, raw dairy, shellfish, things like that, and sometimes a little bit of, I think, certain sea vegetables, and there are some cultures that had things like sweet potatoes. But you do see in the book I'm reading, the Nutrition and Physical Degeneration, you do see that there were cases of, in Africa, there were tribes that just ate meat, basically. There were tribes that ate a bit of meat, but a lot more sweet potato, and they had, worse bone structure and issues with their teeth. So, in my own experience, my experience of life when I'm just eating meat is just better in every regard. There's no mistaking that the body prefers ketosis. It prefers using meat and fat as its fuel source. Look around and you can see the state of humans at the moment, and you can tell very, very obviously that we're just not meant to eat carbs, or this amount of carbs, maybe a little bit, whatever, if you can sustain it. But anyway, the point of this video was I was struggling for a long time with carb addiction, I guess. And especially even on keto, a lot of people have said to me that it disappears when you're on keto, but in my case, it just didn't. I kept getting the cravings. As soon as I went zero carb, or as soon as I went carnivore, that was the end of it. It took maybe 1 or 2 days, and then the cravings just went away. So, I mean, it feels like I've just gotten off this roller coaster of insanity for my entire life, and I'm going to be, the insanity of just the roller coasters of eating carbs and then wanting more, and it just never ends, and having to stuff yourself so full to feel full. It's just craziness, and it's really beyond words, the feeling of just being free and out of that crazy cycle. So after 7 days, I mean, my body is healing things like I've never seen before. It's just basically every issue I've had is either healed or on its way to healing, and it's only been 7 days on strict carnivore. So tomorrow's the 7th day. After tomorrow, I'll do a video detailing day by day what all the benefits were and what I saw healing and why. So until then, thanks for listening.